You've seen it. Free shipping in big, bold letters. And you think, nice, I just saved money. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Free shipping is one of the most expensive words in retail. And you're the one funding it. Myth. Free shipping means the store pays for shipping. Nope. In most cases, shipping doesn't disappear. It gets relocated. It moves into the product price, the margins, or the rules of your cart. Here's the mechanism. Shipping is a predictable cost on average, but it's messy per order. A tiny phone case costs almost nothing to ship. A bulky pillow, a completely different story. Because carriers don't just charge by weight, they charge by space. That's why brands obsess over box size, packaging, and dimensional weight. So retailers play a balancing game. Some items quietly include shipping in the price. Some items are priced low to pull you in, and they make it back on other items. And the biggest trick is the threshold. Free shipping over $35, $50, $75. That's not generosity. That's math. Because once you're close to the threshold, you don't think, should I buy this extra thing? You think, I'm basically losing money if I don't. Trade-off. So why don't stores just show the real shipping cost up front? Because the honest version kills sales. The moment people see a shipping fee at checkout, they feel punished, even if the total price is identical. It's not logical, it's psychological. A higher product price feels like the item costs more. A shipping fee feels like they're charging me extra. So retailers choose what converts, hide the pain, keep the dopamine. This is where it gets bigger than one store. Free shipping became a standard because platforms and giants trained shoppers to expect it. Amazon didn't invent shipping costs. They rebranded them into a membership, Prime. Instead of paying per order, you prepay once, and then every delivery feels free. Marketplaces copied it because the badge matters. Free shipping boosts clicks, reduces hesitation, and improves conversion. And carrier pricing rules push retailers harder toward bundling and thresholds. Zones, surcharges, dimensional weight, peak fees. So the system settles into what works at scale. Simple promise up front, complex accounting behind the curtain. So who actually pays for free shipping? Usually one of three places, and often all three. 1. You, through slightly higher prices or a bigger cart. 2. The retailer, through thinner margins, especially on returns. 3. The product itself, through cheaper packaging, slower delivery tiers, fewer options. That's why free shipping often comes with invisible fine print, minimum order thresholds, slower delivery unless you pay, and free returns that quietly raise prices for everyone. The label says free. The system says paid, just not itemized. Next time you see free shipping, translate it as shipping is included somewhere, and this offer is shaping your behavior. If you want more small things with big reasons, subscribe.